I've been praying for something for a while. I finally opened up my birthday present to myself. Dior is one of my favorite luxury brands. Because the moment you become the best version of yourself, those around you become the best version of themselves as well. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Amy D. Today, you guys, we are, guess what? Well, you already know, I'm back home. And can I just say how happy I am to be back home? Literally, when I said that Phuket drained my energy, I had never experienced such a low vibrational vacation spot. Like, I had never experienced that. And it's so crazy how every place that you go to carries a different energy. Literally. I was talking to my mom about this like 2 months ago regarding the spiritual warfare that each state, city, country has. And just overall, the type of spiritual fights that each place carries and that we are fighting, especially those that are living in those areas. It's crazy to have visited a place for a week and have literally felt sucked out of my energy. Obviously, there are other things like the December blues and like the end of the year blues and like the holidays and like grief. And many times grief can look like someone that passed and that is no longer with you, but it can also look like someone that's no longer in your life. It can also look like something that you thought was gonna happen but isn't happening. Like a life that you had envisioned and is no longer there. So grief looks and is felt in many ways, even when people aren't necessarily passing or even when people haven't necessarily passed. So I just want to, give you a moment to show yourself grace, to remind you that you are not alone, and to remind you that it is okay that you are going through whatever season in your life that you are going through. I went live last night and I did not expect at all to even cry with you guys, but that's how emotional I was, and that's just how I felt. And I appreciate the fact that I can openly talk about certain topics or certain situations or certain things and desires that I have in my life so that you also feel less alone, but so that I can also be vulnerable enough to give those of you guys a chance to pray for me, to love me, to send me hugs, to send me cariño. I appreciate that so much to the max. I truly believe that the highest form of love is respect, consideration, and prayer. Prayer being number one, of course, but many times we don't know how to show up for people, and the best thing we can ever do for them is to pray for them, and the best thing that we can ever do for them is consider their feelings, and the best thing that we can ever do for them is respect where they're at. And even when you can't necessarily come together, still respect and consider their feelings on the other side, wherever it is that they're at. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Ever since I came back, I have been, resting and trying to give myself the space to just kind of cry things out. I literally had been crying for the past, 7 days or something. And I hadn't cried in literally over 4 months, right? So many great things had been happening in my life. And then all of a sudden something just came and wanted to take out all of the energy, all of the joy, all of the happiness out of me. And sickness wanted to come in, depression wanted to come in, hurt, pain, all of these things wanted to come in. And something that I shared with you guys on the live is that our body keeps score. Our body has memories, and there are specific moments in our lives and there are specific dates in our lives when we had something and then now we may not have it. And our bodies keep score of that, right? So if you're going through a situation in your life right now, think about what was happening in your life 1, 2, 3 years ago, exactly at the same time that you're feeling the way that you're feeling. And a lot of things are going to connect. A lot of things are going to make sense. And you are going to understand so much more. Now, there's a reason why all of these different points are being brought up to you right now, and I believe that it's so that you can work through them, and I believe that it's so that you can step into the next level. Is a way to see whether or not you're ready for the next level, and that next level can look very, very different for all of us, depending on what our desires are, depending what we're looking for, depending what we want. And I mean, one thing about me is I'm going to pray, and sometimes when I can't pray, I'm going to ask for prayer, and I appreciate everyone who extends that towards me. I appreciate those of you guys who I can come to, and just the same way that I pour into you, you pour back into me. And thank you. I just want to say thank you. I want that to be my intro. With that being said, actually, I shared with you guys on my Instagram and on TikTok how, because of the way that I had been feeling before my vacation, I had prayed. I've been praying for something for a while, and I've been praying for a lot of things, right? But there are specific desires that we all have in our hearts, and they all look different, like I said. And so I have been praying consistently for something specific. And so God spoke with me, and he said, you gotta fast. And, a lot of times we hear fast and we're like, well, what should I fast from? Like, what should I not eat? What should I stop eating? Right? Well, it's not always about like not eating. Sometimes it has to do more with something that is a sacrifice for you. And not eating isn't necessarily a sacrifice for me because I can stop eating, right? I have also done fast from social media. So I have been off of social media for months at times, for weeks at times, for days at times, for different reasons. And that has worked tremendously. I feel like any time that God is asking me to fast is so that I can get clarity on a situation and so that he can speak to me directly. And so I invite you guys to maybe even pray about it and ask God, like, is there something in my life that I should be fasting from? And this can look very traditional, like food. This can look like doing a specific fast, while also, like I mentioned, fasting from social media, fasting from eating specific foods, fasting from caffeine, fasting from shopping, fasting from whatever is going to be a sacrifice for you. And you'll know, because when you ask God to let you know, the signs will always be there, and he will always speak to you through other people, or through the stars, or through the sun, or through the plants, or through whatever it is that he needs to talk to you to communicate with you. So anyways, he called me to fast, and I was like, I gotta fast with that? Got it. Well, for how long? For me personally, the first thing that I heard was for a year, and I heard that long, and look, this was before vacation, and so I was like, all right, like when I come back from vacation, that's when I'm gonna start it. And like I gotta go on vacation and I gotta take care of my stuff, and like that's gonna be that. Okay, cool. Well, I kind of forgot about it, but then after all of this happened, I started to just think about it, become more intentional about my time, and just like cry things out and like recharge, reset my energy and whatnot. Long story short, I already know what I'm fasting from. I already know how long I'm fasting from it. And God said, you don't need to start when the year starts. You're going to start now. And I was like, right now? Okay, right now. And I mean, I sought the Lord and he heard. And so now he's asking me to do something for what I'm asking for, right? And I'm going to listen, and it's going to be a sacrifice. And I'm just here to tell you, you're not going to be alone if you're also joining in on whatever it is for however long it is. However, what also came to mind for me is that we have literally 21 days left of the year. And something that I started doing last year was creating a vision board. And it's something that I want to do again this year. However, not just that, but like fully going in my relationship with God and giving him these last 21 days of the year. And that's what I'm going to do. And I invite you guys to do that as well. I created a guidebook that I had created for myself. And then after, I was like, Amy, share it with the world. And if people want to do it as well, if people want to get it, you know, it's $9.99. It is on my website, freeasabirdbyad.com. You can purchase it. There is daily affirmations, there is daily thoughts, there is daily activities. It is literally a guidebook / workbook. So you're basically gonna have something to do, something to journal every single day, and it's going to be amazing. If there is something that you are feeling like you need to fast from, this is going to be the perfect time to end the year and also start the new year in a very positive and intentional way. So if you are looking to do something like that, I invite you guys to join me. I'm going to start in the next few days, so I invite you to do that as well. I'm also going to be doing a live when I do my vision board. I'm probably going to be doing it through Zoom, and I'm going to be sending you guys the link. So if you want that link, make sure that you are subscribed to my email listing on the website, because I believe there's only up to 100 people that can get in on that one link. So once 100 people are there, and that the Zoom is going to be completely free, you guys. That's just for all of us to engage with each other, for all of us to have an opportunity to talk about whatever it is that we want to share and whatever it is that we want to talk about, specifically about the vision board, since that's an activity that we'll be doing together. And a lot of you guys wanted me to do that with you, and you guys wanted to do it with me as well. And so I thought that it would be the perfect opportunity for all of us to get together, end the year together and in unity and as a community, which is honestly, in my opinion, the best community I could have ever asked for. So if you guys are open to that, by the time you watch this, whenever it is that you watch this, know that you can still get the guidebook. Even if you get it after I've started it, it does not matter. You can pick it up at any time. Point is to start. The point is to help yourself. The point is to grow a relationship, whether it's with God or with yourself, to continue to develop yourself, to mature and become the best version of yourself. And so even if you happen for whatever reason to be opening this video in 6 months from today, today is your day to start. And that guide will still be available for you to get, because we all have different start points, and that's okay. Whenever this message comes to you, that's whenever you're meant to start that. So yeah, we have a lot coming up and a lot ending this year, and a lot of releasing and receiving to go through. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be here with you guys. I'm excited to come along and for you guys to come along with me. Everyone who's already purchased it, I'm so excited to be doing this together with you guys. I'm going to be keeping up with you guys on my broadcast channel and just kind of checking in with you on TikTok and on the broadcast channel, just to kind of, go over everything that we're covering on the guidebook for the next 21 days. So I invite you guys to join us. I invite you guys to do this for yourself. We invest in so many things. We invest in so many people sometimes, and we forget about us. And in order to be there for others, you need to be there for you too. So with that being said, we are gonna continue on with the vlog, and we are going to Sprouts. Guess what? That sun is like in my eyes. But y'all, I have about like 4 milk glass bottles that I need to go exchange. And I also have to do some grocery shopping, because I haven't grocery shopped since I came back from vacation. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna do the stat, and let's go see what we pick up. All right, you guys, so I just got home from Sprouts. Oh my gosh, but guess what? I should tell you before we go over what I just purchased at Sprouts, let me go over what my mom gifted me for my birthday. So we already know that the best things come in small boxes. And she gifted me a Pandora, not a charm. She gifted me a Pandora ring. Look at this really cute ring. And I specifically wanted it for my thumb. And look at that. It is so cute. It's literally like 3D, but it's super duper cute. I am in love with it. I'm either gonna wear it on this finger or on this finger on the other side. We'll see. But luckily for me, I can also wear it on my índice. So on my index finger. So anyways, we are back. I went to Sprouts, so let's do a little Sprouts haul after vacation. And let me show you guys everything I got. Ugh, this is a hefty bag. But we're gonna go over this really quick. Baby arugula, which I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, I never finish this. Like, it ends up going bad, but they don't sell less than this. So we have arugula, we have some eggs, we got turkey breast, avocado, white onion, purple onion, some basil, some heavy whipping cream. We got Chobani creamer, some ricotta because we're gonna be cooking something really yummy, Biscoff cookies, some lasagna. I bet you can already kind of guess what I'm thinking of cooking. We got some butter. We also got some Rayo's Alfredo sauce, some pepper jack cheese to shred, some lemons, some garlic. Look at this. I asked you guys on the broadcast channel if you have tried eggnog before. I have never actually tried it myself, like ever. And I saw that Strauss has eggnog, so I was like, if there's one eggnog I'm gonna try, I think this is gonna be my best bet. I have really high hopes about it. I've never tried it. And I used to think that it was like an ale type of thing because eggnog, like it's made out of egg. But then I really looked into the process of how they make it and how creamy it is and how you can actually have alcoholic drinks with eggnog, but you can also make coffee drinks with eggnog. So I was like, maybe I'll try like an iced latte with eggnog. And then of course I had to go and get myself some milk because I ran out of milk. So I got myself 2 of the glass ones. I had 3 of these and 1 heavy whipping cream to exchange. So let's go over here and make sure that we got our credit. We definitely got our credit. We got $12 credits for the 4 glass bottles that I had. And the eggnog was $1.50 off. So I got it for $8.99 instead of $10.49. Period. Anyways, today's little haul happened to be $107 with 14 cents. And I also got a coupon at the end of my receipt for $10 off of 50. And if you know anything about Sprouts, is that you better save your coupons because Sprouts ain't that cheap. Okay, so we're gonna save these because that's what we do. And then we're gonna put all of this away and figure out what I'm gonna cook today. I'm definitely not cooking lasagna or anything that has to do with that because the beef is still frozen. So we'll figure it out. Well, what is up, you guys? Today is the day after and I am all cozied up. I just showered, I washed my hair, which by the way, my scalp feels a little bit sensitive. I don't know why. I told you guys I had a head spot treatment back in Thailand and I hadn't washed my hair since then, which was last Wednesday, which technically makes it exactly 1 week. So I don't know why. I don't know if it's a change of weather. Today is also super cloudy, which made me think, you know how like people think of Arizona and it's like it's hot. Maybe the same way that it's hot is cold, okay? Like this winter, this wind is about to prepare me for something. I don't know what it's gonna prepare me for, but it's gonna prepare me. And guess what? As you can tell, my spirits are a lot higher than they have been. So much so that I finally opened up my birthday present to myself, from me to me, for just being me. Yay! I think a lot of the times we forget to, you know, just reward ourselves, I guess, or like get ourselves a little bit of something, which my friends know that I am the type of person that it's like, Amy, you deserve it, get it. Amy, like, you want it, you got it. But I have become a lot smarter when it comes to my spending, especially luxury items. And so though I totally condone them, I do condone them responsibly. And once in a while, it's okay to treat yourself, especially this. I literally have not made a luxury purchase in a couple of years now, maybe even 3 years. And so this feels amazing because since last year, I really wanted to get, you know, what I got myself. And if you're on my Instagram or on TikTok, you already saw what I gifted myself. But I was waiting. I went to go pick it up on a day that I wasn't fully there. Like I felt so numb that day that I went to go pick it up. I literally came into the store and I was just like, hi, like I'm here for my order. Would you like to open it and like just see, no, like just give it to me, please, let's go. Got home, cried all evening and like just kind of, you know, woosah type of thing. But I didn't have the energy to open it that day. And because it was something that I was gifting myself so intentionally, I wanted to make sure that when I opened it, I fully like sat in that moment of a blessing. I fully sat in the moment of just, you know, receiving that blessing. And so I want to show it to you guys in case you haven't seen it. First of all, let me just show you guys the bag that they gave me. Dior is one of my favorite luxury brands, and I don't necessarily like or love all of their purses or all of their items, but it is one of my favorite brands, just like Louis. Louis is also one of my favorite brands. And I mean, I'm not a Chanel level just yet, but you know, we'll get there. The point is that I really love the bags that Dior like comes out with, especially during the holidays. They are so beautiful and so pretty. And Drina, if you're watching this, literally the other day that you commented on my Instagram, you basically said like, this is such good like paper for scrapbook and whatnot, and it gave me the best idea ever, which I'll get to after. But let me show you guys what I got. Since we know we can talk since we know that I can talk, I don't want to like have you guys waiting forever. So here it is. Here is my Dior box of my little pretty purchase, and here we have dust bags. And if you're wondering why two, I have two dust bags because I got two items. It's just kidding. It's one pair of beautiful sandals. Let me show them to you guys. These are the sandals that I bought. I love the details. If you know Dior, you know that Dior is gonna have these details. The stitching on the sandals, they have two types of sandals. They have the ones that are plain, literally like just leather, and then they have these that have this stitching, and these are the ones that I wanted. I couldn't find them anywhere in the United States, anywhere in America. And the reason why I went shopping in Thailand is because I was actually looking for them as well. Like I wanted the ones that had stitching. Well, little did I know, then I went to Thailand and then I found out that, first of all, they didn't have them. But then I found out that their luxury items are actually a lot more expensive than America. And so I was like, what can I do? Well, I went on their website and I was able to order them. And since I already knew my size because I had already tried some other ones on, I was like, I'm gonna order them online. So shipped from Europe, all the way from Europe. They made it here and I'm very happy to have purchased them, and I'm very happy to have them. Look at how pretty they are. I'm excited to wear them for the first time. I'll probably wear them over the weekend or something. Because you know, just like California, it's one of those things where like it's cold, but then you could still wear like open toe sandals and whatnot. You know, we haven't gotten to January or February when it's like super cold. So I'm definitely gonna be wearing them sometime this weekend. Las quiero estrenar. You know when you just get something and you're like, I just want to put it on. I do not care. That's how I feel about this. And they actually have different colors. So if you guys are interested in getting them, of course you can always, you know, go and get them, or ask Santa for them, or ask whomever you want to ask for them for. When it came to choosing a gift for myself, I wanted to get something that I was going to use consistently. And of course I love handbags, but I have come to realize that whenever it is that I buy luxury handbags, I don't wear them as often as I would like to. And I think it just depends because of where I'm going and whatnot. And I also have like kind of like staple pieces somehow, you know, so like my Gucci one, I wear it a lot. For sure, that one I wear all of the time. But my Dior saddle bag that I have, I feel like it's not as practical as I would love it to be because it doesn't fit a ton of stuff. So eventually I'm going to invest in an everyday luxury bag. However, not yet. I decided to buy this for myself, and so now we're gonna be financially smart and continue on with being financially responsible, okay? Because that's just what we do here. So anyways, today is the first day, or I should say, today is day 1 of 21 before the year ends. And I want to be so intentional with this time. I already started this morning. I started by even listening to praise music. I started by just handing over these next 21 days to God and really, you know, just asking him to come in and show me where I'm lacking. You know, I feel like it takes a lot to, first of all, take accountability for anything in our lives. And I really believe in the ask and you shall receive. And what I mean by that is even asking for God to show you those areas that are blind spots for you, to show you those areas where you may not be going 100% because of fear, where you're a little bit stubborn because you still want to do things one way instead of the other. Maybe you haven't been convicted about something. Maybe you have, and you just been a little bit stubborn about something. And whatever that is, for me, I was like, please show me where it is that I'm lacking. Please show me. And please, actually, it was so crazy because so I have a verse of the day every single day. And if you guys get the guidebook, you'll be able to see all of the details on everything that we're going to be doing every single day, individually, of course, but then we'll come together and kind of talk about it. And then I'm talking to you guys a little bit about it on Instagram and on TikTok. But today's verse of the day was Psalms 139:23. And in this verse, in case you don't know, or in case like you've never even read the Bible, David here is asking God to search in his heart and examine his thoughts. David is looking to be more open and honest with God. And in order for him to do that, he's literally telling God, and he literally says verbatim, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me or test me and know my anxieties." So this is basically a prayer where David is asking God to search in his heart and to lead him in the everlasting way. We're all sinners and we all are literally sinning every single day, even by just thinking of specific things, even by just thinking of whatever actions you're thinking of. David understood that sinful actions were symptoms and that dealing with our sins, we have to put action behind them. In the morning, I read an example of basically someone being sick and trying to get out of their sinus infection by just wiping their nose. That doesn't do anything, right? If you're sick, you're going to continue to be sick regardless of the times that you wipe your nose. And for me, reading that image, it was just such like a moment, because it was a great reminder that though a lot of us know our symptoms, though a lot of us know our blind spots or even the ways that we can be better, we aren't as willing to put action behind them. A lot of the times we're asking God to do certain things in our lives, but we're not willing to do what it takes. And this is something that always comes up for me that I always try to remind you guys of. If God put an opportunity in front of you, is because he's going to give you everything and anything you need to go and get whatever it is that you want to get. And it's so crazy because I literally wrote this on a note the other day when I was listening to a pastor, and he basically said, God is going to give you the provision for the mission. And I was like, That makes so much sense. Like many times we're like, but how are we going to do it? We don't have the money. But how are we going to do it? I'm not ready. But how are we going to do it? I'm not healed yet. Like how can I do A, B, C, or D? Or how am I going to do it when all of this is broken and I don't know how I'm going to go through with it? We forget that God works with the impossible, that God does miracles even now in age. And honestly, for me, that was a great reminder of whatever mission that I feel that I need to get on, God is going to provide whatever it is that is required of me, whether it's building my character, whether it's something physical, whether it's something emotional, spiritual, like whatever it is that's coming, whatever mission He has given me, He is also going to provide what is needed. And that was amazing. So I don't know whose word that also resonates with. And if it does, let me know down below in the comments. But anyways, I'm about to sit for about 30 minutes to just kind of, go in and journal about today's prompt. And I asked you guys, actually, there's a few prompts that, we can get into, of course. But the one that I asked you guys on Instagram was to think about your greatest challenge this year, but also your greatest blessing. The greatest blessing that you have received this year, besides any challenge or anything that might have not gone your way. We all have them. We all have challenges. We all go through challenges on the daily, and they all look different for all of us. And for a lot of us, they look the same, but there's also different blessings that we have gotten. And I think when we are in a time of missing something or wishing for something or desiring something that we don't have, instead of sitting in gratitude, we sit in a space of lack. We sit in a space of impossibility. We sit on a space of hopelessness. And it happens to me too. It doesn't only happen to you guys on the other side. Hence why I think it's so important to share even when things aren't going like I want them to go, because I also experience these things myself. So I'm going to sit, I'm going to go and kind of figure that out for myself and, maybe have a little cry, because that's just kind of how it goes, and I'm okay with it. It's part of releasing. So I'm going to sit here by my tree as Santa baby, if you really care, don't make me fall in love again if he won't be here next year. Whew. Ya voy a llorar. But yeah, okay. I'll see you guys after. Oh, quiere llorar y ya lloro. Quiere llorar y ya lloro. Yo, okay. Man, we didn't have to go this hard. We did not have to go this hard. Because maybe when I tell you that I already feel like I'm shedding so many parts of myself. This is crazy. Such a great reminder, which if you have the chance to, and if you like to read your Bible, if you don't, that's okay. No offense to anyone. But if you like to read your Bible, I invite you to read Psalms 139. Not 139, but 139. So the verse of today was 139:23. However, read the whole chapter, because it is such a great reminder of how God has known each of us since we were an embryo, right? Like since before we were here, like He knows the desires of our hearts. And honestly, at the end, I wrote a prayer to Him and asking Him to guide me and whatnot. But then one of the questions to journal about was, what area does my life feel heavy right now? And how can I surrender it to God? And we're not going to get into what I wrote, because mind your business. But I will say this, as I'm writing what I'm writing, and I'm crying as I'm writing it, like I'm just pouring my heart out, I was reminded that I need to let God be God. Like, why am I trying to control how, when, what is gonna happen? Like, why am I trying to control it? It's out of my control. And I literally wrote it, right? Like I literally wrote on here. I literally wrote, somehow it feels out of my control. I don't know where to look, where to go, or how to make it happen. And then I started crying and I was like, and it's not on me. It's not on me. I need to surrender and let God do what he does because he doesn't need my help. Literally what I wrote. Like, I'm like, you don't need my help. I don't know why I'm trying to, asking you shall receive. You already asked me, now be patient. Okay. I'm like, what a great reminder, right? Like, what a great to myself in this moment. And it's just day one, baby. Like, I am just getting started. This is crazy. But giving yourself those 20 minutes, 30 minutes to just sit with your thoughts, sit with your desires, sit with your anxieties, with your troubles, with your challenges, just sitting with that uncomfortness, I guess. I don't even know if that's a word, but sitting with that and fully, just giving it to God and saying, you know what, you don't need my help. Let me get my butt up and like start cooking right now because I'm about to cook. But I'm like, you don't even need me. Like, I feel so silly. But hey, that's just kind of what happens, I was crying ugly tears, but now I'm laughing funny tears. This is crazy. This is crazy. And I just love what this is doing in my life already. And I can only imagine what it's doing in yours. So, I mean, if you, want to dive in with those of all of us who are doing it in this moment, whenever it is, like I said, that you watch this, that's when it's the time to start, We don't have to wait for Monday. We don't have to wait for the new year. We don't have to wait for the start of a fresh week, the start of a new month. Today is a good day to start. So I'm gonna go cook because I do want to make some lasagna for the first time. We're gonna cook something up and see how it comes out. Messy, and I know I'm clean. You told me get a job, but you I don't know all the lyrics yet. And I'm too perfect. Anyways, I just finished the lasagna y se ve exquisita, exquisita, exquisita. So much so that I wish that I had someone or a lot of people here actually to share it with because it's humongous. Look at this beauty, y'all. Look how good this lasagna looks. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna let it rest for a little bit before I cut it, but then we're gonna go in. I'm gonna let it rest for like a good 5 minutes before I go ahead and cut it. And then I'm gonna prep a Caesar salad because how can you have lasagna but no Caesar salad? You cannot, in case you were wondering. So we're gonna do that. Okay, before we take a bite, can we look at this presentation here really quick? It looks so delicious, you guys. And yes, I have almost half a plate of a salad. But look at this beauty. It looks amazing. By the way, it is my first time ever making lasagna, like ever, from scratch. I got a couple of recipes from TikTok and like just kind of made my own with all of the ideas that I saw. So let's see. Oh, this is good. I literally undercooked the pasta a little bit while boiling it so that it could be al dente when I cooked it in the oven, and it literally came out perfect. This is good. Delicious. This world was mine. Da na 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 na. 555. What is up, you guys? So I'm finally gonna edit this vlog, okay? Like, I am. However, today I'm going live because I told you guys that I will be going live for the next 3 Thursdays since we are committing ourselves to these 21 days before the year ends. And man, today is day number 2. I have not sat down for my little 30 minutes to, you know, just have that one-on-one. But what I did do this morning is read the verse of today, and literally, I'm about to tell you guys what it says, okay? Because I was like, nothing else needs to be said. Like, this is it. That's it. So today, day number 2 is all about gratitude and sitting down with what you're grateful for. And in the morning, when I read what today was about, I was like, what came to my mind was being grateful even for the challenges and for the things that haven't happened, right? Or even for the things that you haven't gotten yet. And not just grateful for the good things, but obviously grateful for even the mishaps, even the things that make us suffer. Again, the challenges that we have experienced this whole year. And literally the verse of today was, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Jesus Christ. The first thing that made sense to me was give thanks in all. Like, that should have been capitalized, right? In all circumstances. Like, we only think of giving thanks when things are going our way. But you know how I've always told you guys, like, we plan and God laughs? We plan and God laughs because he's like, ha 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 ha. Like, you thought it was gonna go your way, it's actually going this way. And I know right now it doesn't seem like it's a good way, but I promise you this is the better way. You just need to trust me. You just need to sit patient. You just need to sit with that uncomfortable feeling, because that's what's gonna make you grow, because that's what's gonna make you a better person, because that's what's gonna give you the resilience and the strength for everything else that's coming in the future. And I was just like, because it's one thing to say like, yeah, thank you for, you know, someone passed this year. I had a heartbreak this year. I went through friendship breakups this year. I kind of went on my own and I don't know what's going on with me this year. It's one thing to say it, but to actually feel gratitude for that. Like, you know, God can actually read your heart. I don't know, like, you could lie to me, but like, I can lie to you. Not that I would, but you know, like, we can lie to each other. But if there's one thing I know, is that he is always watching and he knows our hearts. And to, you know, this morning when I prayed about my day and whatnot, I literally was like, thank you that what I thought I wanted in the beginning of the year didn't happen, because you have saved me probably from so much more pain that I could have not even foreseen, right? A lot of the times things and people are removed from our lives because of whatever God has planned for others to go in their life, that there's no need for you to go through in your life. Right? And so we're all at different levels individually. And until we can meet each other at the same level again, then God is like, hold on, because I need to work on this one by yourself. Hold on, because I need to work on this one with them only. Because if you come along, you're going to suffer when you don't even need to suffer. So have we ever thought of that perspective whenever it is that we lose someone? And I say that because I know so many relationships is one of the things that a lot of people suffer through. It is one of the things that a lot of people yearn for, and then those that are in relationships don't want to be in relationships. You know, you go through betrayals in friendships and family ships and relationships, and you don't understand why they're happening. And have we ever thought about the perspective that maybe God is removing them from your life because he needs to work on you separately on your own, and then he also needs to work on them separately on their own. And you know, per usual, if you're meant to come along again and meet each other again, wherever it is in this world, then it'll happen. And if you don't, then that's okay too, because at the end of the day, God is in charge. And he knows what you want in your heart. He knows what I want in my heart. He knows my biggest desires. And he knows that as long as it's for his highest good and my highest good, what's meant to be will be, and what's meant to work out is gonna work out. And I know, it's easier said than done. I know that, trust me. Did you guys not see me crying not too long ago? Like, you know, I go through it too. I do. But today was that beautiful reminder. And right now I'm about to sit with it, you know, and sit with my journaling prompts for today and just kind of sit there for a little bit. I'm going to be going live in about an hour and a half. And then I'm also going to spend some time editing this vlog so that I can bring it to you guys stat. So I wanted to come on here and tell you guys goodbye and tell you guys see you later, see you on the next one, see you soon. Thank you for hanging out with me. And if you purchased this workbook, guidebook, thank you so much. I've been praying for all of us, literally every single one of you guys who has done this, because this is an investment for yourself. This is an investment in something that you're choosing to do to better yourself and to better your faith and to better your relationship with God and to better you. And at the end of the day, the biggest investment you can ever make in your life is an investment in you. Because the moment you become the best version of yourself, those around you become the best version of themselves as well. And that is how we help each other. So thank you. And I want to take this time to also thank you guys for being with me throughout the whole year. Thank you so much for sticking around through my highs, through my lows, through maybe some stuff that you've seen that I've said that, and maybe you didn't necessarily love it, but you stuck around because you had faith. I may have been going through something and you weren't judgmental towards me. So thank you for even extending that grace. That perfect grace that only God can extend towards us, because a lot of us are so judgmental. In fact, all of us are so judgmental. Okay, none of us take away from that. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. And thank you for always sending me positive and good energy and for praying for me, for my family, for my loved ones. Thank you so much. I love you guys. If you guys have any questions about the guidebook or anything, you can DM me, you can message me. I've been making TikToks every single day to just kind of, you know, keep you guys on speed. I've been talking to you guys on the broadcast channel. And again, I'm going to be going live every Thursday for the next 3 Thursdays, which also the last Thursday of the year, I am going to be sending out a Zoom link so that we can get together and work on our vision board. So if you're watching this today, make sure that you start preparing all of the pictures, go print them out, go do whatever it is that you want to do and put on your vision board so that you can be ready. And that day we can just, you know, have it all ready to go and we can do it together. You can always do it on your computer. You can always do it on your iPad. Canva is really good for that stuff. And if you want to do like a physical one, you can also just print out a bunch of pictures and then get a cuadro and then get ready to be with me and meet with me the last Thursday of the year. We're going to be doing it in the evening, probably around like 6:30 or so. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for being here always. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.